Welcome to this guide, where you'll be shown how to respond to a tenant's deposit allocation proposal using the new TDS platform. Typically, a tenant will raise a deposit allocation proposal to tell TDS how they want the deposit to be repaid at the end of the tenancy. Our team will email you to ask you to respond to their proposal, which you can do by accessing your account. Once you've accessed your account, click on the relevant branch, select the landlord, select the tenancy that you want to log in with. You'll see at the bottom that you've got dispute status, which will enclose the dispute number, the stage, the date raised, and who raised it. In this case, this was the tenant. You'll also see a further button labelled View Dispute, and this button you need to click on, which will take you to our new Salesforce landing page. On this new page, you'll be able to see the proposal, which will enclose the address, the end date, the deposit figure, the reference number, and the status. You can go back to your account management at any time by pressing this button, Back to Deposit Management. If you click Continue, you'll see the tenancy end date and the deposit value, along with a breadcrumb trail, which will show you the steps. If you don't want to make any deductions from the deposit, press No and confirm your selection. This will send this over to TDS to let us know that you won't be making any deductions of the deposit, and will ask you to release the deposit figure back to the tenants. If you do want to make deductions to the deposit, press Yes. You'll be asked two questions at this stage. The first is, does your claim exceed the deposit? And the second is a question regarding self-resolution. We'll deal with the claim in excess first. Sometimes, deposit claims may exceed the value of the deposit. In these instances, while TDS can only award up to the deposit value, TDS are able to consider claims that exceed the deposit amount. If your claim doesn't exceed the deposit, simply press No and continue to the next question. If it does exceed, however, press Yes. We'll then ask you to enter the total claim value, along with a brief description of your excess claims. This will send this over, and then we'll consider this. The next step is self-resolution. So if you've already tried to negotiate with your tenants, you can choose to opt out of our new self-resolution process for this particular case. If you haven't already attempted to negotiate with a tenant, we just ask you to press No and continue. However, if you have already attempted to negotiate with your tenant, you're able to let us know of any attempts that you've made here. So you can enter up to a maximum of 500 characters and a minimum of 150. If you're a depository customer and you've already been provided with a file or document from the depository, you're able to upload this here by selecting that new file. Once you're happy with your entry, please click Continue. You'll then be asked to provide a breakdown of your claim. You can see here that we've got the value, along with the reasons for each claim. If you're claiming for a claim item, you will need to provide a reason for your claim here. This reason can be up to 150 characters and a minimum of 20 characters. If you're not claiming for a claim item, you won't need to input a reason for the claim here. For example, the deposit value is £1,000. Let's say, for example, that we're claiming for the rent arrears, as we showed in our excess claim example. You're only able to provide up to the deposit value here, but as we've made mention, you are able to consider claims in excess of the deposit. We can see the total amounts for each party here, and as you've confirmed that there's an excess claim, the point shows here as well. You'll then be taken to the review page where you'll be able to see your submission to date. We can see here that we've got the tenancy end date, the deposit amount. As you confirm that there's an excess claim value, that value is here. The total claim figure, the amount to the agent, and then we can see what it's for. And then finally, we've got the submission point here. You can press submit, and that will lock your proposal in for TDS to view. So what happens next? At this stage, our team will review the proposal. They may reach out to you directly to ask questions about the submission. If you're a depository customer and you provided your file under the Skip Self-Resolution section, our team will also review the file in detail before sending the case to the adjudicator. Note that our team may still ask you questions in relation to the uploaded file. If you're a depository customer and you provided the file to support the attempts, we may move it forward to the adjudication stage if we're satisfied that the case requires a formal adjudication. If the case doesn't require a formal adjudication, our team will reach out to you and the tenants to confirm this.